This is the Out of Time Film Podcast, where your hosts Tom and John discuss everything from blockbuster films to TV and games like there's no tomorrow.
Hello and welcome back to the Out of Time Film Podcast. My name is Tom, and as always, I'm joined with my co-host John, and this week we are talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. What a title.
I thought you were about to sing the theme.
I am working on a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles musical, but it's not ready for public consumption just yet.
Oh my god, a musical, that'd be interesting.
There's a SpongeBob musical.
Oh yeah, I mean, anything's possible. But anyway, I remember watching the movie. Do you remember the movie? Ages ago, like before.
The 2014 one?
No, this is a really old one.
Okay. The 2007 one, I think.
Yes.
Maybe.
Do you remember that?
I had that on DVD. Yeah, that was awesome.
I remember that. I was watching it. I was like, yo, this is peak cinema. Like when I was watching it, I was like Martin Scorsese. I was just watching it. I went on holiday and one of my mum's friends had a projector and I watched that film on loop on the projector, 2007 version one.
That sounds amazing though.
I just looked into the cast list for the 2007 one. Oh my god, this is stacked. Chris Evans, Nolan North,
what?
And John DiMaggio. It's kind of stacked, you know. Once you see a film, you feel like, I know these actors. I know and Patrick Stewart.
What? I remember watching
Lawrence
recently...
Fishburne as the narrator. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I remember recently on Twitter, I saw a clip from that movie, and it was like, I think it was Leonardo and Raphael arguing on a rooftop, and it was raining. I remember watching it and just being like, wow, this really, like, you know, the cast, you can really feel like the passion, and it was such a well composed scene. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was so awesome. Yeah,
I would love to rewatch that movie because like, I'm with you, I remember it being so good. And the 2014 one and the 2016 or 17 one, the live action ones, they weren't the best. And so I was really hoping, I remember when I saw the trailer for this film, for Mutant Mayhem, I thought to myself, oh my god, this could genuinely be a really, really fantastic adaptation of the Turtles. And it really is. I was really impressed by this movie. Full spoilers ahead for anyone who hasn't seen it. Briefly explain the plot for those who don't know.
Okay. After years of being sheltered from the human world, the Turtle brothers set out to win the hearts of New Yorkers and be accepted as normal teenagers. Their new friend, April O'Neil, helps them to take on the mysterious crime syndicate, but they soon get in over their heads when an army of mutants is unleashed upon them.
Wow, it's almost like a Mutant Mayhem. How kooky. What did you think of this movie?
I was just so amazed by the animation. It is amazing when animation evolves, and then when an animation studio has its own spin, you know, with its animation style and, you know, with its world, and how do you want the audience to be pulled into this world? This is what this movie's done. This was just so realistic with the humans, you know, because once you see the humans in this film, they're not exactly perfect, but like the face is not balanced. It's kind of like what we're getting the perspective from the Turtles, like, oh, the human world is scary. And with April, the only friendly character. And then, yeah, I was just amazed by how colorful it was with its style. And yeah, it's, you know, with Spider-Verse, you got that whole, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so different and, you know, engaging to see when animation studio had its style. So yeah, I was just really amazed by that. That's just the one thing that really took away.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't quantify at this point the impact that Spider-Verse had. It has just changed everything. Like, you know, I've said this so many times this year, but we are getting treated with the animated content that we've had.
We are,
you know, where we are eating. Like last week we talked about Suzume, and a couple of weeks before that we talked about Elemental, and obviously earlier we talked about Across the Spider-Verse, and we didn't talk about Puss in Boots, but Puss in Boots was also fantastic. These films that keep on coming out and keep on just being these animated wonders. Like, this movie was so well realized, and what I kind of loved about it was that it was disgusting. Like, it wasn't afraid to be just really grisly and like gruesome, and it kind of reminded me of something like, now this may be a deep cut for British kids, but Fleabag Monkey Face. It reminded me of that show.
Oh my god, I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was That was a weird show. But yeah, I remember that. That deeply reminded me of that with the humans and with the mutants as well in that show.
Yeah, right. Like the whole thing of Fleabag Monkey Face is that these two kids kind of like throw a load of
how was this on TV? It was mad. It was great.
They throw some like disgusting stuff, stinky stuff, and like, bodily fluids down a toilet, and out comes Fleabag Monkey Face, this kind of really like disgusting creature. And it reminded me a lot of that, like all of like the ooze, and like you can kind of feel like all like the smells of everywhere, and even the humans all like they don't look pretty, they all look ugly and weird, and all the mutants. The film doesn't shy away from just being ugly and disgusting, and I think that's for the best. Like this movie is a beautifully animated movie, but is also just really disgusting. And I think that is a strength that it has, that it doesn't feel like anything else. And while watching it, it feels so distinct in its world. And that was just so fantastic.
Yeah, and they really brought in the idea of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like these characters. It really brought me back. I forgot about these characters like Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo. And like, these are the characters that, I kind of grew up with. And it was like really cool to see, these are Ninja Turtles. And yeah, just very nostalgic in a way. Like, when films reboot or do a sequel, they might do nostalgia bait with that, but no, this was just like really nice to bring that back with like, what was the Ninja Turtles really, and the banter with everybody in the group. And it was just like, yeah, this is the group that is really cool. So yeah, with the characters, I thought it was just a very self-realized world. I thought it was just great dynamic between the characters. It's just like a really crazy family of brothers. One of my favorite moments in the film was when they're watching the film. It was Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and how they wanted to get in the human world. It hits that emotional beat.
Yeah, when I left the cinema, the thing that I was the most kind of astounded by was they nailed the dynamic between the turtles. I was just so impressed. That whole kind of like family dynamic was perfect.
Yeah.
They all felt like brothers. Every one of them felt distinct in their personalities, and they felt like kids as well. They felt like teenagers. Their whole dynamic is something that the film depends on so much. If you don't get them right, then the film kind of falls apart. But they really did manage to get them so very spot on. And I was so happy because, I was watching this movie and I was like, sure, the animation looks great, but what we need is I want to really feel for the turtles, and I want this movie to build these characters really well. And they did do. I really felt, especially like, immediately from like the second scene in the movie, you can feel how alive they are, how real they are. Like they are making constant pop culture references.
I got two of the pop culture references.
What, out of all of them?
Well, no, out of all of them. But like, there was the said Keanu Reeves meme in the briefing room, and then okay, you might not see this, Tom, but on Raphael's, is it Raphael? Okay,
which color?
Purple.
Oh, Donatello.
Donatello. Okay. On Donatello's weapon, there's a sticker, and that sticker is from an anime called Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm like,
oh, cool.
There's my boy Gojo! Oh my god. So, yeah. And then they reference Attack on Titan for the main story as well, which is pretty cool because Attack on Titan, it is an insane story. It's really cool when they reference, some other animation.
Yeah, you can see the influences of anime kind of all over the movie. And you reminded me something there. First of all, it's just a really funny movie with the dynamic between the brothers and with Splinter and with most of the characters. It is just really funny. And, there's a lot of gross out humor, like with April vomiting everywhere. And that, I think, in another movie might not have worked. Like I remember when we talked about Babylon at the beginning of the year, one of our criticisms was that sometimes it went so gross out and it went so disgusting, it kind of felt tonally inconsistent.
But
this movie, did you?
Yeah.
Amazing. How did it hold?
It's not the same in the cinema. That is the problem. It's not in the same in the cinema, because then you feel like, oh god, I get it now. But there's some really scenes that was kind of relevant, with the writer's strike, like how big business owners are trying to, take away the creativity and like, I'm the CEO, so I deserve more money.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, everyone listening, support the strikes and also go watch Babylon. Those are that's your two pieces of homework today.
That is relevant today. So, but I was like, damn. this is quite hitting today. So anyway, yeah, so we have to go into existential.
It's all tangents today.
Oh my
but
God.
I loved all the comedy, and not every single one of the pop culture references landed. And I do think the film might not age as well because of how much it's relying on references from now, even stuff that I didn't understand.
You know, Ready Player One?
Yes.
I don't know how many references it's got in that film, but
Oh,
so
right.
many
Yeah.
references.
That was
Yeah, I know what
stacked.
you mean. So it's
I'm
like,
pretty
you
sure the
know,
turtles are literally in Ready Player One.
they are. I think so. I don't know how they got
But
the awards for everything for that film.
Spielberg did it.
Spielberg.
The best joke in this movie was Donatello's bow staff. There are so many great moments. So what I found really interesting about this movie that's kind of different from others is that the turtles have never actually fought anyone before. They're not just like immediately amazing in battle. Like they have these ninja skills, but they've never actually gone up against people. So at the beginning, they kind of are scared to go up. And there's just these great moments where Donatello's just like, guys, I literally have a stick. They have guns and I have a stick. And it's just really, really funny because that is genuinely something that you think about, the idea that the rest of them, they've got like swords and nunchucks and knives, and then he's just there with a stick, and it's just like, what am I going to do with this stick? And I think that was just really, really funny that they were just making fun of themselves, but also kind of making it relevant to the plot and the character moments, and it adds to their character too, and that's just all so amazing.
Yeah, I really liked how the animation style was helping with the fight scenes as well. It was like very engaging. It was very smooth. And one of my favorite jokes in the film was Splinter showed the turtles how to fight with a video guide. And it was great.
Yeah.
How did they get into fighting really? It all relied on a video guide on how to fight. And, they watched some karate films as well. You can see it in the fight scenes as well, how they use that. And also, there was a lot of music, they add in a mixtape or soundtrack to the songs and they add in everything in that. So it kind of gave me flashbacks to like Mario, they played Take On Me randomly
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like worried of like, oh no, I hope they're not going to overplay a lot of songs in the film over fight scenes and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the movie is kind of like culture based, and a lot of what the turtles are fascinated about the human world is our culture. And I think that using those songs kind of added to that level, as do all of the references in the movie. And again, who knows how that will age. And even if it doesn't all hit, I can see the intent behind it. I love how in the flashback scenes, it's very 80s and very kind of 90s. Like, it's so different to what we get in the rest of the movie. Like, Splinter has like a mustache and like an afro kind of mullet going on.
I love that.
And yeah, absolutely. And the design of everything's different. As you say, with like the karate videos, like it all kind of evokes this certain era, which is just really fun to kind of see those two eras working together.
Yeah.
And one of the fight scenes that I loved so much was one where they're trying to find Superfly. And so they're like breaking into and beating up like every level of the different gangs throughout New York. And I'm pretty sure they're referencing Old Boy. No, I haven't seen Old Boy, but I think like that's the kind of idea they're referencing.
Yeah, I think
it's
you're right.
one continuous like tracking shot that's kind of going along a room, and it keeps on cutting between 4 different fight scenes where each of the turtles are like beating up different gang members, but the camera continuously goes along, so it kind of looks like it's a one continuous shot, and it really works so well. Yeah, no, that really makes me think, oh right, I should go and check that movie out because that looks awesome. And I just loved that, like, in the action, they were just, like, having all these nice references, like you're saying, they're referencing anime as well. And I love that kind of stuff, and how, at the end of the day, the things that you've got to get right about the Turtles are the 4 key points. They're teenagers, they're mutants, they're ninjas, and they're turtles. Like, you got to get all of that down. I think that this movie gets them down so well, with the mutation. And as I was saying, how gross the movie is, how disgusting it is, with the teenagers, with their whole bond and their dynamic, and with the ninjas, like the action scenes, and with the turtles, I don't know, they've got shells, like, but it evokes the whole thing. And
it's just wholesome as well, like the banter, and they used some of the social media language as well. That's pretty cool.
It just felt organic. It felt real. It felt like,
really
they all
cool.
care for each other, but they also bicker like siblings. And I think each of them are unique and different. Like, Raphael has just this crazy berserker rage, and Leonardo is a bit of a stickler for the rules and kind of a suck up to Splinter. And, obviously, like, Donatello is kind of the most introverted and like in himself, and Mikey is kind of maybe the most goofy. Like, they all do feel so distinct. And I have a big question for you, John. Who is your favorite turtle?
Michelangelo.
Nice. Okay. I'm a Leonardo fan over here, but
okay.
I feel like whoever your favorite is, you're gonna be pleased, because I think the movie does all of them justice. And also, like, the wider TMNT lore is also recognized quite a bit with all the different mutants.
Oh yeah.
If I have like one big criticism of the movie, I think there are too many mutants. There's so many.
Yeah,
I can't
true.
even remember half of them. But we've got Bebop, we've got Rocksteady, we've got Superfly, and we've got the lizard guy. Like there are loads of them and they're all really cool. And I kind of wish that they were in it a bit more so we could kind of see them a bit better.
Yeah.
But I really liked how the movie explores this idea of mutants and how they feel about society. And, you know, like there's a bit where they're trying to save the city at the end and the city all hates them. The city thinks they're part of the problem. And it's kind of emblematic of their treatment by humans throughout until April
I'm
kind of
sorry if
tells
you're hearing
people,
that. I'm sorry if you're hearing that.
what is that?
That is dogs.
Dogs.
Sorry, dogs. Oh my god, it's dogs.
You've been attacked by dogs.
Help! Oh my god. Has it stopped? Yes, it stopped.
Yeah,
I'm
fantastic.
sorry. Continue. While I
No,
was
it's
attacked by
like
dogs.
I was just saying, like, you know, I think that all kind of fit really well. And as you were saying, the end they went full Attack on Titan and just had like Superfly become this huge mutant creature, and it
Oh
kind of
my
being
god,
almost a
that
bit
was
Godzilla
insane.
as well. The way that he was attacking the city and the way that they were kind of trying to, and then you get a very, very great moment where all of the people of New York, all the humans, help the mutants, and it's this brilliant kind of cathartic moment. It reminded me very much of Spider-Man 1 when all the citizens come in and help him. Like it really worked.
It really worked, yeah. Especially like with its crazy transformation as well, and with the animals sticking on to him, it was like, oh my god, okay, I'm gonna have nightmares after that. So they really brought in that really nightmare effect on Superfly, and it's kind of crazy. It's like this film is kind of like, you know, we got Guardians 3 this year, and it's like very animal friendly. It's aware about that, so we got two animal friendly aware, you know, like saving animals. So
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
yeah, almost. It's like there's a bit of a reach, John, but no, it's there. You know, like you can see it. It's like, you know, it's giving this awareness about animals, and yeah, it's something that it's trying to give us, you know, this social context with endangered animals. I really like, you know, how he was trying to go for that. There's one thing that I was surprised with. Paul Rudd plays the gecko in this film.
No, does he? Amazing.
Okay, because I thought it was Andy Samberg.
You know what? I think I might have also thought it was Andy Samberg doing the gecko.
Yeah, I was like, that's got to be Andy Samberg, because there's no way that anyone could be chill or be that gecko. You know, like he's really chill and, you know, like, hey, what's up, dude? And then Hannibal Buress, he plays Genghis Frog. Tom?
He does. He does. Sorry, I was putting the towel back on. He does. Ladies and gents, I'm still under the towel, and whenever
Oh
John's
my
speaking, I turn my
god.
mic on mute and I just kind of take it off and I just kind of look wistfully into the distance.
You'd be like, you'd be hearing me. I'd be like, Hannibal Buress is the Genghis Frog, and you'd be like, putting the towel back on. And you're just like,
No,
oh,
oh shit, shit.
yes,
Yeah.
he was. Yes.
Yeah. You've also got Seth Rogen and John Cena as Bebop and Rocksteady.
The rhinos, right?
Yeah, the rhino and the
Yeah.
warthog.
Yes.
And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, now I don't have the cast in front of me, but does Jamie Foxx play Superfly?
He voice acted? Okay, it's not Jamie Foxx.
Who is
It's
it?
Ice Cube.
Oh, what?
I did not know he
Holy
can voice act that well. I gotta
amazing.
say, that was some really good voice acting.
The whole cast
Wow.
is stacked. Like the doctor at the beginning, not in it very much, but that's Giancarlo Esposito. Literally
Yeah.
just like he literally gets like 5 lines and it's just like boom, there he is. I think that kind of stuff is genuinely just crazy. But also you've got some really great, you know, like new talent. You've got all of like the
Yeah.
kids who play the turtles, and they, as I say, they are like the crux of the movie. They do amazingly. And also Ayo Edebiri as April, just
Oh,
like
legend.
she
The goats.
the goat herself. She's in so much at the moment. It's genuinely insane. I really hope Bottoms is released in the UK.
She's getting loads of films. Like she's
Yeah.
in it and everything, like in the Bear, Bottoms. She was in Theatre Camp.
Oh, was she? Yes. I haven't seen
Yes.
that yet.
Yeah, it is funny. I watched it during the film festival. So
All
yeah,
right.
that was
Plug your film festival right there. Name drop.
no, not my film festival.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, welcome to John's Film Festival. We're gonna watch Mission Impossible 10 times over. Oh my god.
Just Mission
Memento.
Impossible.
Just Mission Impossible and Memento one time. But anyway, I thought this was a really fun film. You know, this
Yeah,
is
I agree.
so energetic, so emotional. There was some really good emotional beats in there. But overall, yeah, this is kind of nostalgic for me. So I'm glad that they really, you know, fully realized that this is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. So this is like what the turtles are. And it's a really round up nice ending to it, really. So
Yeah, I agree. I would 100% see more from this universe if they want to do a sequel. I think that would be really
Oh my
cool. I
God.
think that these people
What is his
understand
name?
the turtles.
What was his
Like, I
name?
think that'd be so good. Are you thinking of Shredder or Krang?
Yes, Shredder. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh
Yes, they
yes.
could totally do
Yes.
Shredder. Yeah,
Oh
like
my
there's
God.
there's so many places they could go. They could introduce Casey Jones, any of that. Like, there's a lot you can do, and I think that
Yeah.
this is a universe that is off
They're
to a
gonna
really
do a
good
game.
start. Are they?
They're gonna do a game of
Oh, that sounds
Teenage.
cool.
It's called The Last Samurai, I think. Oh no, I
Oh,
don't know.
oh, 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 yes, 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 yes. I know the one you mean, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, it's based off the comic where there's only one turtle left, but the identity of the turtle is a mystery.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
very nice. But in the case of Mutant Mayhem, what are you going to give it out of 10?
I'm gonna say 8 out of 10.
Fantastic. Me too. And that is it from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. And also, it's for the very first episode of the 4th year of the podcast. So here we
Yay!
are. We begin
Here
our
we
4th
are.
year. And eagle-eyed viewers may notice that we look a little bit different. And that is
Oh.
because we have completely rebranded our look. We now have a new profile picture and a new banner and a kind of new kind of vibe. We've kind of got like a bit of gold. And yes, that's us as cartoons there, lightsaber dueling, and also as Marty McFly and Leonard Shelby. That is courtesy of our amazing thumbnail person, Zain Afzal, who has been hard at work for
It's
so long
insane.
making these.
So cool. I love it. Love
Absolutely.
the artwork.
And yeah, and so we've been wanting to do this for a while, and so it's great that we can finally do this. And
Yes.
let's hope it's emblematic of some great things to come in year 4. And thank you
Yes.
everybody for listening. If you're listening on YouTube and you enjoyed it, you can give us a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And if you're on Spotify, you can follow and give us a 5-star review if you think we're worthy. And next week we're going to be doing Nimona, which I'm really excited for. Another amazing animated
Oh my
movie.
God. I'm watching so much animated stuff this week because
You're being fed, John. You're being fed.
I finished a show called Code Geass, which I've been like wanting to watch for a long time. And then I was like, oh God, this is going to be such a terrible end. But no, it was like one of the best endings to a show I've seen. So I've been saying so much emotional stuff. But with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I was like, oh, that's good. And then the stress of the live action One Piece, I was like, oh God, this is going to be terrible. But anyway, yeah, I'm eating a lot. So yeah.
You're having a good time. And in the next couple of weeks, there's not a whole lot of new stuff coming out in the UK. So we're going to be doing some stuff that we missed out on, such as Nimona. We're going to be doing John Wick 4. We're going to be doing Dungeons and Dragons. And yeah, and then we're going to be rolling into some of the stuff coming out later this year. Also very exciting.
Very excited. Very.
Yeah, so and you can send us an email at outstinefilm@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts on Nimona and ask us any questions, and we'll answer it right here on the podcast next week. And you can follow us on Instagram at outstinefilmpod to see our incredible thumbnails from Zain Afzal, on Twitter for more thoughts from me, and TikTok the edited clips, which are also on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. And you can find links to all that in the description below. Thanks to Jones-Meyer for the excellent theme and Ronan Phillips vocals as always. And I think that is everything.
That is everything. Yeah. Thank you for listening. We enjoyed talking about Mutant Mayhem. So yeah. Takeaway given. Thank you for the thank you for the music, everyone. Not everyone.
Every single person. Thanks for the music.
Thank you for the music.
Let's just sing ABBA's thank you. Thank you for the music.
No,
the
thank you for the thumbnail. Thank you for the
singing.
music. Thank you.
Thanks for all the joy they're bringing. Who can live without it? I ask in a lot. Keep on talking, John. On honesty,
yes.
what will I be without a song or dance?
I'm enjoying the One Piece live action.
I
So
say thank you for the music,
yeah,
for giving it to
I have a water ball
me.
next to me, so I'm just gonna drink this water ball. So
I'm done. Don't worry, I'm done.
Oh, you done? Oh, okay.
That's what I got. God, we've got to make these outros less long. I feel like people are going to tune out.
These outros, they're going to be
good.
Either crazy. Oh, the last time we did a crazy outro.
Oh God, there we go.
Andor.
Yeah. Yes. Well, that's true. We definitely went for it for that one.
We were like, one way out.
One way. Yeah. That was almost a year ago. Let's not think about that.
Why does time have to feel painful?
Yes, good question. Anyway, let's not get existential.
How can I see time?
No.
Okay.
Take us out. Please take us out. Take out the dog.
Wait. We're in one context. Anyway, never mind. Take what you're given.
Give nothing back.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
One way out. One way out.
Well, no, one way out.